Hey folks, this is Maya Kitten Reads and I'm Eleanor, and this is the beginning of my Dewey's 24-hour readathon vlog. I'm probably not going to be as strict with it as usual, as I'm also probably not going to be as intense in my reading or setting an alarm. I'm not going to set an alarm to get up in the morning because I've been both injured and fighting off a cold, and so I'm actually quite tired. It's about 15 minutes before the readathon starts, so it's about 9:45 here in Canberra, and so my plan at the moment is to start with River of Teeth by Sarah Gailey, which is one of the Tor.com novellas. So I should be able to read this in less than 2 hours, going on past experience with novellas. And so my plan basically is, because I am tired, I read this, and whichever comes first out of finishing this or midnight is where I stop. So if I finish this before midnight, that's when I go to sleep. If I don't finish this before midnight, then I will go to sleep at midnight, and I'm not setting myself an alarm to get up in the morning. But judging by my current sleep habits, you know, I'm going to be up sort of by 7:30ish anyway, probably. So yeah, that's my current plan. I'm looking forward to starting. I've been interacting with some of Team ANZ on Twitter already. So that's Team Australia and New Zealand. We like to keep track of each other because we're reading in the same basic time zones. So yeah, we'll be using the hashtag Team ANZ 2018 if you want to come in and join us. Well, yeah, I guess you can't because this is a vlog. See, I told you I'm not well. So yeah, this is the start of my vlog. Like I said, I usually try and vlog once an hour. That may not happen this time depending on how I feel. But yeah, I'm going to start with Sarah Gailey and we'll see how that goes. See ya. Hey, so I told you that I wasn't going to do well with vlogging this time. It's nearly 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, which is over halfway through the readathon. But I have actually been doing some reading. So last night I read River of Teeth by Sarah Gailey, which was quite enjoyable. Yeah, enjoyable. There was a lot of death, but I kind of liked some of the characters, like Miss Archie. Really liked Miss Archie, and Hero, who was a character of, I suppose, genderqueer. They used they and them rather than gendered pronouns. And yeah, feral hippos. So that's a thing. So yeah, I finished that last night. Then I went to bed, but because I slept so much yesterday, couldn't actually go straight to sleep. So after an hour of trying, I picked up the refrigerator monologues and started that. So I only read about 15 minutes before actually trying to go back to sleep. But I finished it this morning. So this is by Catherine Ann Valenti, and it's a story of basically the Hell Hath Club in Dead Town. So all these dead women who were the girlfriends of comic book superheroes, who, you know, want to tell their own stories rather than, you know, just being the dead girlfriend who motivates them. So that was really interesting and really fun. And I've read about 40 minutes of an audiobook while I was getting ready this morning. So, and that's my reread of The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. And it's narrated by Amelia Fox and Richard Armitage. So I listened to a little bit of Richard Armitage this morning, and I am about to pick up All Systems Red by Martha Wells, and so that's my next book to read. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. I will hopefully vlog a bit better during today. We'll see how I go. Alright, cheers. Hey, so it's 12:30 and I have finished the All Systems Red by Martha Wells. So this is my third novella that I've finished, so, you know, yay! It's definitely a really fun book. I can see why a lot of people love it. It's science fiction, and basically it's about this security bot who has hacked its own code so that it actually doesn't have to do what it's told, but she's hiding it and she's using it to watch entertainment media. I say she, it's not a she, it's an it, it's a they. And then stuff starts to go wrong on the mission that they're on, and they have to go and find out what's happened to the other survey team. And yeah, they find a mystery and a conspiracy, and it's really kind of cool. So, and there's a lot in it about you wanting it to actually be autonomous and independent. So that's really good. Yeah, I really liked it. So my brain's getting quite tired. Like I'm feeling really unenthusiastic at the moment. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a little bit of a break, something to eat, and probably watch an episode of The Two Fat Ladies, which is what I've been watching this weekend, which is only like 20-25 minutes, and hopefully that will rest my brain a bit and I can then get back into it. So yeah, that's the plan. See you soon. Hey, so it's about to hit 2 o'clock in the afternoon and there's 8 hours left of the readathon. I have just spent the last hour reading The Unstoppable Wasp, which I loved. Mostly, there's an issue at the back which is actually an issue of the Avengers Civil War, which I wasn't great with, but the actual Unstoppable Wasp, the 4 issues of that, were really, really good and really funny and really empowering for girls. And, you know, Nadia, the Unstoppable Wasp, is actually really, really enthusiastic. I'm not sure if I have an awful feeling the series may have been cancelled, but I haven't actually checked into that, so I need to do that. But yeah, so that's what I've spent the last hour reading. I'm still really tired and I really don't know what I want to read next. So I'm going to take another break, rest a bit, and then see what I feel like. Yeah, so I'm really not too enthusiastic this weekend. Like, I'm actually not feeling sick anymore. Like, I think I've recovered from the cold and my neck is feeling a lot better. I'm just kind of lackluster. But yeah, I'll check in again soon. Bye. Hey, it's 5 o'clock. There's 3 hours of the readathon to go. I think. A minute, 5 o'clock. 5 hours to go. I need to learn to count. And I've just finished listening to the second half of The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. I was feeling a bit headachy, so I didn't really want to be reading, but I have audiobooks, yay! And when I started this morning, there was just over 3 hours left of that particular book, and now it's finished. So yeah, that's really good. I'm feeling a little better now, I think, a little less headachy. So I'm probably going to try interspersing stories from Uncanny Magazine Volume 7 with Rogue Squadron comics. I bought the first 3 issues. They don't seem to come in volumes. They come in massive omnibus editions which have like external stuff that actually aren't part of the run either. But I decided just to go for the issues. So yeah, I'm going to try interspersing Uncanny Magazine with some comics. So we'll see how I go. See ya. Hey, quick update. It's 6 o'clock now and I have, what have I done? I've read 2 Star Wars Rogue Squadron comics, the first 2 issues of the short story by Michael Stackpole, The Rebel Opposition, which I'm loving so far, so yay. I do love my Rogue Squadron. It's got Tycho and Wes and all these characters that turned up later in the novels, and this is before the novels, and so this is how they actually met those characters. That's really awesome. So yeah, so that's great. And I've also read 2 stories from the issue 17 of Uncanny Magazine. One by Shauna Maguire about Maine Coon cats, which I just loved, and one by Kat Howard, which was also really good and about like birds who are ghosts. So that was really cool. So yeah, that's what I've read in the last hour, and I'm probably going to go and put the oven on so I can get some dinner at some time soon and then go back to reading. Probably another Uncanny Magazine story. So yeah, that's my kind of rushed update. See ya. Hey, so it's 7 o'clock in the evening and I have just finished my 4th issue of Star Wars Rogue Squadron comic, which I'm still really enjoying. It's got Elsko, that first arc, which has just finished. Woo! I'm not used to doing this in a handheld. Yeah, it had Elsko Laurel in it, who's from Back to War, which is the book. So that's really cool. And I've also read 2 more stories from Uncanny Magazine, and I seem to be hitting it with Uncanny Magazine this time. It can be variable, as can most short fiction things, but I've pretty much liked all 4 stories so far, so that's really good. I'm going to grab myself some dinner because it's in the oven, and then I'm going to read more. So, hey, so it's 9 p.m, there's an hour left. Yeah, so far I have read 3 novellas. I have read 1 volume of comics. I have read, I think, 5 single issues, and I have like 3 single issues left. Or maybe I've read 6 single issues. Yes, that's right. And I've read an Uncanny magazine, and I've listened to just over 3 hours of a short story collection. So my plan for the next hour is to read the remaining 2 comic issues, and then probably, I don't know, maybe pick up just something random, something I'm already in the middle of maybe, but I need to get back to it. See ya. Hey everybody, the readathon's over. I'm done, and I am pleased to say that even not feeling well, I read 1,094 pages. That's a lot of reading. There's a lot of reading, and I had more breaks than usual, and I had more sleep than usual. So I did really well, I think. Anyway, so this is what I ended up reading. River of Teeth by Sarah Gailey, which is a Tor.com novella. The Refrigerator Monologues by Catherine M. Valenti, which is another novella-sized book, but not Tor.com, it's on Saga Press. All Systems Red by Martha Wells, which is also a Tor.com novella. Then I read, The Unstoppable Wasp by Jeremy Whitley, which is a volume of comics. It's got 5 separate issues in it. So there's that. I really liked that. I'm not saying much about them because I will put them all in my end of month wrap up next weekend. So yeah. But I also read by audiobook about half of, a little less than half of Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. I think I worked out it was about 68 pages, which took over 3 hours. But because audiobooks are a lot slower than actually reading for me. But yes, I finished rereading that, so that was great. I also read 8 single issue Star Wars Rogue Squadron comics, although on Goodreads it's actually going to come up as 5 things because I managed to find entries for the single issue of the first 4, but unfortunately for the second 4 I could only find the actual story arc. So that will come up as 1 volume on Goodreads. But that was about 208 pages altogether. So that was really good. And I read issue 17 of Uncanny magazine in its entirety. So that was like, there's like 6 or 7 stories, short stories in there. There's a bunch of essays and poetry and a couple of interviews. So I read all of that. And then I finished off the last sort of 40 minutes with Dracula by Bram Stoker. I read 52 pages. I have read it before, but it is my text for this coming week at uni, and I had barely started it. Like, I'd only read the first chapter, so I've been a bit slack on it. So I picked that up for the last sort of 40 minutes at the readathon. And that was what I read in Dewey's 24-hour readathon for April 2018. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you participated in the readathon, I hope you really enjoyed it. We on Team A and Z had a great time. And yeah, I'll be back again for another Dewey's 24-hour in October. So I'll see you then. Bye.